Hey everybody, Michael D'Angelo with Silence Media. So everything I say and do is based upon my opinion and the opinions of Silence Media. The weather system is fucked. It really is. One, it is being pushed by the governments, the world governments, the elite, to push a climate change narrative where they've been pumping silver dioxide into the air to make it rain, and therefore, as it builds up and builds up and collectively creates storms. And what does that do? Well, it blocks out the vitamin D that comes from the natural source of the sun. But it also affects the weather cycles, but it also affects the plant cycles. Yes, people. Everything is intertwined and interconnected. It's not doing any good for our already very fertile soil. It's not doing any good for our plants. It's not doing any good for our vegetables. In fact, what it's doing is putting more and more chemicals into the land. Interesting. It's good for those who are cropping, but not good for anything else. And what's it all about? Well, it's to hide the world's pollution. Diamond Plastics is the largest plastic manufacturer in Australasia. Everything from the plastic packaging from oil cans, oil bottles, to brake fluid, right down to the impact plastics that you buy in the shop for your milk cartons. What else? Meat packs. All that cellophane, all of that, all comes from Diamond Plastics. All that Glad wrap comes from Diamond Plastics. Think about it. That's billions and billions of tons of plastic. And a lot of that ends up in our waterways. But someone's making it. Who's making it? Huh? Diamond Plastic makes it. And what do? All those chemicals going into the land, into the air, is pumping and spewing out and destroying our ozone layer. It's like all the plastic wrappings of lollies and Nestle chocolates all come from Diamond Plastics. Whoopsie. You see how these big businesses are all intertwined with each other. All the plastic wrapping and containers for your drugs all come from Diamond Plastics. That'll be Graham Richard Hart, the most greediest, richest scumsucker on the face of this earth. But he's the richest man in New Zealand. He made millions and millions and millions in profit out of COVID. Close to $1 billion. Out of profit. Technically, under the United Nations, and the United Nations have still got this up on law, technically all that money should be handed over to the New Zealand government, because no one is allowed to make profit off someone's misery and well-being and ill well-being. But no, no one bothered to check the law. No one bothered to look. No one gives a fuck. And because no one gives a fuck, you are who you are. I'm Michael D'Angelo with Silence Media. Stay safe, be righteous, be well, be free. But all this climate change bullshit, all this weather patterns that don't usually happen, it's all coming from our government. It is, people. And it's time we stood up as a people. Māori have been saying that they're kaitiaki, but what are they fucking doing about it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They talk about how they're kaitiaki. They talk about their heritage. They talk about their history. But what are they doing? Nothing. They don't stand, they don't fight. They don't put pressure on the government. Why? Because they're bought and paid for. They are owned by the crown. They are the slaves of the crown's masters. That of the executive system. They buy Nestle confectionery. They buy Nestle foods. They buy Unilever products over and over. I had a young mobster girl turn around and swear by Vitapet, even though it was made by Unilever. She swore by it. She wouldn't give her dog anything else but Vitapet. So she won't give her dog natural shit. But she'll give it poisons. Interesting, huh? There's so much people talking a whole lot of shit out there. And not one of them will stand. Not one of them will fight. Why? Because they don't benefit from it. And that's the only reason that they'll do anything, is because they won't benefit. Or if they do benefit, they might stand up. But only while they're getting something out of it. Never mind the fact that our earth is dying. It's been raped. It's been polluted. It's been trashed. And these big dickheads like Luxon, Graham Richard Hart, NZ First and Shane Jones and Winston Peters, David Seymour. All of these motherfuckers are killing our lands. They're killing our lands. And they're killing us. As a people, we should not be this way. It is what it is. Stay safe, be righteous, be well, be free. Peace.